Joey. Hi there. I got a note. Hello. I think we got a huge gap.
Okay. Make sure to drop the link.
She'll be back. Meanwhile, let's see if I can get on. All right.
Okay, hopefully. I was like, music does it to us every time. Every time.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's had a great day.
Tori, John, Breon, Big J, Mr. Beast, David Fellows, Michael Lucia, Fish and Shrimp, Muppet. Oh, yeah, Lori. I don't know how to say that either.
Okay, I'm like,
Lori 99. I think it's unpronounceable.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
I think it's unpronounceable. Tam Shepard. Hello, Tam. T-Bones. David Fellows. David doesn't have a wrench. How did that happen?
I don't know. He should. He should have a wrench.
I mean, Loria has a wrench.
Well, they've been here more than once. I just don't know how to pronounce it.
All right. Hans Aquarium. Hello, Hans. Richie Rich, Tam Shepard. We said One Wanderer, Broadcast Illusions, and that's as far as I can go back, I think.
Okay, well then I've got, you may have said it, Richie, Fish and Tank Chicks, D3V, Broadcast Illusions. I think you said T-Bone. I have Hans, J. Oliver's, and then I'm going to scroll down because I think you got all these people. Fish and Shrimp by Rich, Muppet, and you're going to give David Fellows a wrench, Mr. B, CPDs, Brienne's here. I think you said John.
Alan Matthews.
Yes, and Robert and Mr. Spoon, Shane T, Holly Gibbs, Tree 77, Crystal.
We're looking at piling in here.
Yeah, Cooper Aquatics, Alan Matthews, Andy W, Anthony Manning, Cat Fox, Andres. And hopefully that's everyone so far. Tori, did you say Tori in Broadcast Solutions?
I did not. Yes, I did.
Okay, and then Michelle. Well, I hope we haven't missed anyone, but we're both scrolling in different directions.
Cat Fox, Andre, TJ's New Life.
TJ just come in. Yeah. And
yeah, right. Robert Mulder.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Nice to have you all with us.
It
We're
is.
here.
Oh, hello from the Netherlands, Robert says. Well, hello.
The Netherlands. Oh, let me fix my light. I knocked my lamp over here.
Yeah, there's a big crash right before we went live, and I'm like, I hope we're not live. I knew something had happened on his end.
Right.
It sounded really bad. It didn't break down.
I know. That'll do. I think it's hopeless. I think the whole thing is hopeless.
Well, you definitely got to get a setup going so that it's not so precarious. That's for sure. Because you can't be knocking it down every 2 seconds.
Well, I'm not going to do it. Yeah, I can't do it yet. Today was crazy.
Yeah,
I was like straight out nonstop. I must have had, God knows how many people came in. Probably 100 people. I did 4 times more business than I've ever done on my biggest day, which is wonderful, except that it's an absolute dead end.
Right.
It stops next Saturday, cold.
Well, no,
Steady work.
you're gonna keep up some of your sales on Get Gills and stuff. It's
Well,
not
I
gonna
will. That's
completely
true.
stop.
Yeah,
So,
I won't completely. That's true.
right.
Yeah,
Hello, Red Eye. Good evening.
I'm just gonna take a nap for a long time.
Well, that's okay. You can take a nap for a while and take a break and get set, regroup and set up, and then, start doing the plant thing and all the fish
Yeah,
that you
I'm
do.
trying to figure out what tanks. I pretty well figured out what tanks I want.
Yeah. And you know what? Somebody else, Cat Fox, do I get a bonus for already giving thumbs up and a wink? Wink. Well, there you go. You get another hello. um,
A bonus hello.
bonus
A
hello.
bonus hello.
So,
Well, Cat Fox, I don't know quite what can we do for you. I don't know what we can do. A bonus hello. Hello, hello, double hello. I guess. Hans, dear
all I can do.
Butterfish, what do you think will probably be the future, the aquatic hobby? For me, it looks like the trend is going toward expensive high-tech tanks worth as much as a small car. It is sad. It's going in two directions at
Yeah.
once. That clearly is one of them. I am to the best of my ability trying to drive it in the opposite direction.
Right.
And I think once I get myself in gear here and really begin focusing on it, I'll be able to be much more vigorous and intense in the effort of explaining to people how the hobby is not based on money; it's based on skill,
Right.
and the two are not the same thing. Spending money is not an expression of skill. In fact, it's precisely the opposite. You think about it, people who have large fish rooms, unless they have unlimited income, such as some big YouTubers have.
Right.
Otherwise, people who have fish rooms are scroungers. They look to do things as cheaply as possible because everything gets multiplied 100 times. So, I think frankly, I've maintained 100 tank fish rooms on virtually no income. It does not take money to maintain aquariums. It takes skill. It takes the ability to do it, not the ability to throw money at it. So, yeah, I think there's a story to be told. I think there is a message to be expressed, and I think while we may not win the day, we will get a lot of people on our side, and that's all we really can ever do.
That's
Is
right.
build an army. We will build an army. We will build a shoal. We will build a shoal of fish enthusiasts who are doing things nobody else is doing, and doing it without financing and funding the guys who are trying to get every buck they can out of us.
So I'm just going to say hello, and then I want to read you a couple things quickly. And just say hello to Lori and Sue Ann. And I think Casey Cichlids is new. Welcome. Abolished is here, and Fishmink. And then I wanted to read you. Michelle said she's been sending you positive vibes during this transition. But I also wanted to read you, and that's sweet. But Mr. B, CPD, says last night, LRB said Father Fish is an older version of me, and go check him out.
I I was on. I was on at the time, and I went back and I did check it out. That was great fun. I came on late in the
They
stream.
want he wants them to check you out, check your channel out.
Oh, he
But
did say that, right?
yeah,
But
that
I
you were
checked out the comment too.
very,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, Lucas is one of those people who has always been very generous with his support and encouragement. Uh, he's a person I have the utmost respect for. Um, and frankly, if it weren't for him, my channel would be nowhere near where it is today. He really brought me to the attention of the fish fam in a way that I could not do, and that no one else did. So I owe him. Yeah, I owe him everything I've got on YouTube, and I really do feel that way. Yeah, he made the comment that I'm an older version of him,
Yes.
which I thought was cute. I,
That's right, you know.
yeah,
So, good evening, Holly and Michael. Brian. People just keep coming in. Holly says, speaking of spending dollars, found 5 bags of black diamond sand today, but good deal. Enough for my 120 gallon and my 55. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, hey, who doesn't like to get a deal? I mean, it's great when you can get a deal on something, especially something you need, you know.
well, boy, did I make some deals today.
Yeah, we're missing out on your deal.
Yeah,
You
it
know?
was amazing, really amazing. It got to the point though where there was only one woman who really lost it, and she decided that it was grab and snatch time.
Oh,
She
yeah.
went into one of my special tanks up front
Mm-hmm.
that I have not touched and that nothing was for sale in. And she ripped out every plant in the tank,
Oh,
put them in, found herself a
a bag or a bucket.
a bin, put some water in it, put the plants in it, took them to the back. I saw the plants back there, and I thought to myself, what in the world is that? I picked it up and looked at it. She said, oh, that's mine. And I said, you mean you brought it in? She said, no, I got it out of your tank. And I said,
Uh,
that's not for sale.
yeah.
And I picked them up and I walked back, and she had, I mean, they were big temple plants,
Mhm.
2 very large temple plants with roots a foot long that had all kind of other plants attached to it. I went back and I started pulling it apart and trying to figure out every plant in there was ripped out. It was
Wasn't that a tank that you were going to take home? Wasn't that a tank you were going to move to your
Oh
house?
yeah, absolutely,
Oh,
absolutely.
I'm so sorry. I'm
Well,
sorry. I'm
I walked back.
interrupting.
And
Penny,
I
thank
said,
you. Thank
I
you.
walked back to her and I said, "You have destroyed my tank. I'm
Yeah.
not selling you anything."
Uh,
And she had like 5 other people there, and they were all walking around. I found 3 things that they threw lights in fish tanks. It's an older woman in her 50s or 60s, with a bunch of older people with her, and they
wow.
were just treating the place like it was their job to trash it. They were trashing the shop, just grabbing things and throwing them around.
So
And
sorry.
so I grabbed them and threw them out.
Yeah. Well, just like, I know you were going to take a couple special tanks home, and obviously that was one of them.
That
So
was one of them, yeah.
Kenny, thank you for your super sticker chat and hello.
Yeah, I need to find that. I saw it.
Yeah, he
Hello.
said it's at 6:13. Thank you, and hello, indoor
There he
fishing
is.
and fish make and
Thank you, Kenny.
Shane T and A fish. And anyway, yeah, that's just, that's better days. That's the problem with some of that. People just get, I think they get, like you said, in a frenzy, and they do things they maybe wouldn't normally do, but it's like a free for all. And it's like they feel like they have to get in there and get there first. And wow.
Yeah, it was like treating it like chaos, like trash.
Right.
Yeah. Time to trash the place.
Whew. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry.
Amazing.
You know.
All
So,
again. Yeah, it's been fun though. It really has. And what's amazing to me is how many new high level fish people are coming in for the first time who have never been there before and saying, "Oh my God, I wish I would have known about you." It just kind of boggles my brain.
Yeah, yeah. As to how they found you just because you're closing. Yeah. Did you see Cat Fox had a nice statement? She said you freaking saved, and that was not it spelled correctly, appropriately. You saved my super red Pleco baby. The garlic warm water did the trick. Still waiting for the it cure from those who will not name. Whoop. You don't need the it cure. Just turn your temp up. Turn your temp up to 86 degrees. Don't wait. But the garlic, I guess, is working.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But anyway, just turn your temp up. Don't wait for a cure.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect example of exactly what we're talking about.
Right.
Ick.
Right.
How do you cure ick? You raise the temperature of the water.
Yeah.
You don't buy chemicals and throw chemicals in the tank. You raise the temperature of the water. That's it. That is it. That's all you need to do.
Raise it to 86 degrees.
I need to, LRB and I need to do that. That would be
That
fun.
would be. I mean, that would be a show. You and Lucas.
That would be cool. I think he'd be up for that. Maybe I can get him to come on mine. Whatever. I'll go on his. I don't care.
I mean, whatever you guys, either place, it would be fun to see you two together.
Yeah, I need to go on his. I haven't got anything to show now. Not for a while.
Yeah. Oh, you just, the other days you missed him talking about he's closing the store and a crazy customer in there. Abolish says, got lucky to find this group early. I'm almost to 1 year of fish keeping. Is easy, LOL. My only problem is limited myself to under 10 tanks. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to stay at 10. That's for sure. If you can stay at 10, good for you.
Yeah, I think once you're at 10, 20 doesn't look so daunting.
Yeah.
10 is kind of a turning point. 10 is like 15. And 15 is like 20. And once you got 20, you may as well have 40. And if you got 40, 100 is definitely in the works. And there you have it. Now you've established yourself as a genuine, fish freak.
It just happens so easily. Hi, Roman. And hi, Randy. We've got Roman and Randy Roman. So it's a little, when you're looking, it's like, wow. Did Kenny give you another picture?
Did Danny Ken just send a second?
I think he did. Thank you, Kenny.
Kenny's.
Hi, Big Day. Hi, Maple Street. James. Hi, James.
Thank you, Danny. Kenny. Yeah. Maybe
Kenny.
One came from Danny and the other came from Kenny. We will assume that's true, won't we?
Well, unless you like to clarify in the chat.
Don't we? Yeah. Oh, there's Maple Street. Yeah. Hello, Maple Street. Nice to see you.
Holly
I
says fish
love,
treat you nice.
yeah, I love your
Yeah.
streams. I love
Oh,
your
maybe.
fish room. You know, and I'll tell you, Danny Ken is Kenny has probably got Danny and Kenny,
It's
but one
Kenny.
of the
Kenny
very
says it's Kenny.
nicest fish rooms. One of the nicest fish rooms around. It's just really stupendous, as does Maple Street. And incredible fish rooms.
Yes, very nice. Very nice. And Kenny's the one here dropping all the money. It's Kenny.
Really. Yeah. He's got a new job. That's
Kenny with the super stickers, you know.
right.
Oh, he's saying,
Well,
"Hey, Brandon, did we miss Brandon?"
yeah,
Hello, Brandon.
very nice.
Yeah. So if anybody has a question, and you may have dropped it already, and we might have missed it, but if there is something that you would
TJ,
like to address, can you please just drop it again?
TJ is saying we have little mountain minnows here, Galaxias,
Oh, cool.
that are being wiped out by introduced trout.
Hmm.
They are hard. They're hard to acclimate. The bigger ones sometimes don't make it. High oxygen needs, I guess. Well, you know, it's a food. They become a food source. Yeah, if the mountain minnow has been the dominant fish, then it has not developed any any behavioral response to predation, so it's not afraid. And if predators are being introduced, then it is endangered in that environment and may very well be wiped out because they don't have the normal protection that fish living with predators have. That is to say, they're not scared. They don't know how to hide.
It sounds like TJ's trying to keep some, so I think he's wondering if they need more oxygen. Maybe it won't hurt to throw an extra airstone in there. Keep that water moving.
Andres Alvarado talking about RODI wastewater.
Yeah.
How to use it. I put a charcoal filter on my RO system, both on the RO and on the waste side. So the waste has the chloramine removed, and I just treat it as available water for top off and setting up new tanks.
Okay.
Are there any tricks to induce breeding in plateaus? Excuse me. Well, you know, the biggest one is to breed them. I mean, to feed them, right? Breed them. Biggest one is to feed them. Feed them heavily. Feed them food that they will really like, and get them beefed up. The female needs to be egged up, or they're not going to do anything.
Yeah. Good morning, Edgar. Yeah, TJ, I don't know exactly how you got it set up, but I think more air definitely wouldn't hurt. Keep that water moving. Oh, Danikin says it's so easy to do, so I guess the breeding plateaus so easy to do. Maybe. I've never done it. I don't really keep.
I don't get, you know, that's the main reason, or one of the reasons I'm excited about setting up a fish room again, is so I can keep fish long enough to breed them.
Yeah.
You know, I've not been able to keep anything because people want to buy it. All the good stuff gets sold. Now I'm going to get to keep it.
A 50 day. Okay, let's good luck with it. LOL, Joey. 5:25 p.m. is morning to Joey.
Glenn wants to know if prime
Right.
water conditioner is okay. Yeah, it's fine. I don't use it because I don't like to put anything in the water that I don't have to put in the water. So I use sodium thiosulfate, which in the crystalline form, 1 crystal per gallon, and that's all I do. And it precipitates out the chlorine. It's a salt, so it combines with it and it disappears.
Hi,
Doesn't
Xana.
precipitate, I don't think.
You don't think so?
Kevin Long, thank you, Kevin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Somebody brought home another. Mr. B's brought home another 29-gallon today. Another freebie.
good
Yeah,
job.
they just
Good
keep
job.
multiplying, don't they?
Tanks are like that. Yeah, one of the ways that you learn how to breed fish is by multiplying tanks. The more tanks you have, the more you can separate your fish. The more you can separate your fish, the more likely they are to breed. Having a pair of fish in a tank and little else will virtually guarantee they're going to spawn.
Thank you, Cat Fox. Just got another super sticker fatherfish. And hi,
Cat
Amy
Fox. Thank you, Cat Fox.
and
Very
Jeff.
nice. Appreciate it. Kevin Long.
Yeah.
I have 7 tanks. I was wondering how to add O2 to them. If 5 of them are on one side of my room and the other 2 are on the other. Okay, very simple to do. You put 1 inch of dirt on the bottom of your tank and 2 inches of sand on top of it. And then you fill it, put a sponge, fill it with water, put whatever hardscape you want in it, and plant it heavily. The substrate will create 5 to 10 times more CO2 than any kind of artificially induced equipment is capable of providing. So the solution to carbon dioxide is a deep substrate. That's all you need to do.
Yeah. I misunderstood, Mr. B. It was a 50-gallon tank. It's number. It's the number 29 is 29. That'll be 29 tanks.
Oh,
Sorry.
got it.
And then Tori's struggling. She wants another tank, but doesn't have a place to put it. And Amy suggested removing the couch. Yeah, I think we've all had that problem. I have horizontal surface disease myself. I'm always constantly eyeballing anything, and I'm like, yeah, I can get rid of that and put a tank on top of there. And I've contemplated removing the couch.
Well, but you have achieved the ultimate in surface space by keeping your goldfish on the top of the range.
Oh yeah, that and moving the toaster and the fish tank on the kitchen island with the extension cord going across the room, and I'll put a chair there to block it. Because when I had my babies, I do crazy things. Oh yeah, I'm like, you guys can just walk around. I need them right here. So yeah, we all have our issues. Hi, BJ.
What is a transfer station? Mr. BCCDs. So
Are you
if you
asking
want
me?
free tanks, go to your local transfers. Is that trash? Like trash pickup? That
Oh,
must
I
be
don't
what
know.
that must be
Oh,
what that
maybe.
is. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's got to be.
I didn't
Yeah,
think of that. I honestly didn't think of that.
Kevin Long is
Oh, see,
apparently.
Darren pulled out a
Let's see.
sofa to make room for two
Okay,
40 gallons and two
let's
21
do
foot.
some wrenches here.
Oh yeah, we got Amy S. and Kevin,
I've got
and
Amy is
there was
down
somebody
blue.
else for
Yeah,
Kevin.
transfer
Kevin had
station.
one and then it disappeared. See, Kevin had a wrench, then it disappeared. I don't know. Oh no, it was Kevin Brown. Kevin Long.
No,
Okay, that's where
Kevin
it
Long.
confused. I was
No,
looking at
Kevin
Kevin.
is down blue.
Gotcha. Okay. And oh, Mr. Spoon. Did you see that at 619? So
No.
there's like three or four in there that don't have wrenches.
We got Kevin.
And you see Amy.
Yeah, I got Amy.
Amy would like a free tank too.
Yeah, I got both of them.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone else.
The other one was way out. If you're still in, if there's somebody in here
Oh,
that's not
Mr.
ready,
Spoon.
yeah, that one.
I
That's
got
the
it.
one.
Right.
Okay, that's the one. Hi, Christina. My daughter and I are trying to get rid of our china cabinet. I'm assuming to make room for a tank. Very
Oh,
nice.
just cut the top of it off. It'll give you a nice surface.
That's right. Put a piece of wood on it and just put your tank on. You'll be good.
What are your favorite fish? Robert is asking you and me. What's yours?
Well, mine are right behind me. My single-tailed goldfish are my favorite fish that I keep and that I breed. They're my faves.
Yeah, my favorite are probably, I guess, all-time favorite, the German blue rams. I love German blue rams. Jeff Pasternak, do you have an opinion about the LED lights that are controlled by timers such that you get a sunrise and a sunset at different strengths of light throughout the day? Well, now, if it makes you happy,
It
I
sounds like
don't know. You know, it's kind of the ultimate in biotope. The ultimate in biotoping is controlling your light with things like lightning storms and rain and cloudy days and sunrise and sunset. What they don't do is move the lights across the east to west in order to duplicate the rays of the sun. I don't think they figured that one out yet. I don't know. I don't think. I got to be a little careful here, just a little. I think if you really want to go for it, you ought to go for it. It's something that you will be utterly delighted with for 30 to 60 days, and then you lose interest in it, and the bulbs will start burning out, and it won't work right anymore. And after about 4 months, you'll wonder why you spent all that money on a piece of junk. I mean, that's my experience with them because I've done it, I've had them, and I know other people who have spent the money on them, and they're fun for a while, but it's a gimmick. Like a lot of things, it's a gimmick.
Well, like I said, an expensive gadget that you can do the same thing with an LED shop light, you know?
Yeah, for $14.99.
Right. Get the same growth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's a
yeah,
lot of funny stuff
yeah,
in here.
yeah. I spend $7 on mine
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
for a
Um,
4 foot. For a 4 foot.
so
Uh,
there's a question about a heater, wanting to know how often they should switch out their heater, and Andres wants to know how often to switch out a heater. But I loved John's statement when he says, when I was at work Thursday, I started to think about what it would take to convert the bay window into a tank. I have not told the wife yet. I
I
like
like
that.
that one.
But
Yeah.
how do you feel about switching out heaters? I mean, I switch them out when they stop working. That's me. I don't know how you feel about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When do you switch out here? Okay, well that's fair. Um, yeah, I switch them out when they quit working. But if it's a tank I really care about, I'll have two heaters
Right.
in that tank, um, set to just a degree or two difference. So if the upper one goes out, I'll know it. If the bottom one goes out, I won't know it. But I do check them periodically, like every 3 to 6 months.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Brackish water. Amy wants to know how to do brackish water. Darn,
You
that's
mean
a
how
good
to mix
question.
it? You mean how to
Yeah,
mix it?
bows and barrels. That's it. We had two of them. This
Okay.
bows and barrels thing is interesting.
All right.
I think that's a behavioral issue. Brackish water. Please explain this. How do you achieve brackish water? Brackish water is salt water that is um, has a low salinity content, or fresh water that has a relatively high salinity content. Here's where brackish water comes from. As a river flowing into the ocean gets close to the ocean, the tides in the ocean will flow up the river and cause the water to flow backwards or in two directions at once and create brackish water. In other words, it'll be salt water mixing with fresh water.
Okay.
That's how brackish water exists. It exists at the margins between freshwater rivers or freshwater bays and saltwater. Like the Chesapeake Bay is a brackish bay until you get all the way down to the mouth of the bay where it is salt. All the way up in the headwaters, it's completely fresh. But the tides coming off the ocean move that salt water up the bay and cause it to mix. And it moves pretty far up. I mean, it moves up like 100 miles or more. It moves way up. And it's the tides that do that, that push that water up. So it never really washes out. It just kind of keeps filling in, and fresh water keeps coming in. So brackish is just that. Brackish is fresh and salt water mixed together in a natural environment where it is continuously mixing together. The mouth of the Amazon is brackish. When you get 100 miles up the Amazon, it is brackish. It's not until you get more than 100 miles up that it stops being brackish, that the tidal flow is controlled enough by the downward flow of the fresh water that it doesn't get any farther, but it gets pretty far up. The Mississippi River is brackish water all the way down or all the way up from the mouth. I don't know how far, probably about 100 miles up the Amazon, up the Mississippi River is brackish. It's salt water and fresh water mixed together by virtue of tidal activity. So really, really good question, Amy.
Yeah, and she wants to know how to achieve it. How do you mix it? How do you get
Oh,
brackish?
yeah, very simple to achieve. What you have to do is you have to dig a ditch and turn your faucet on to run water in that ditch, and then dig it down to the ocean or to the Gulf of Mexico or wherever you are. Dig it to a saltwater body, in other words, and then you'll have brackish water. Barring that, you want to maintain so you need a hydrometer. You want to maintain. You want to maintain.
If I was close, I'd slap him for you. But okay. All right, tell us how to mix up some brackish water for a fish tank.
You need a hydrometer
Yeah.
because you need to measure the amount of salt you're putting in the water. And a brackish runs between 0.01, a very, very tiny amount of salt, all the way up to about 19.19. Above that is considered salt. 20 plus is salt water. Up to about 19 is about the max for brackish. The brackish water is typically like 8 to 10 parts per million salt in the system. And you can measure that with a hydrometer in order to be able to know how much to put in. It depends entirely on the fish and where it's from. But buy a hydrometer if you don't have one, so that you can measure that and know where you are. And then just do it very gradually. Like so gradually, it will take you 6 months to get it halfway up to about 10. So very, very slow if you want to adapt fish to brackish. Now, there are fish like mollies. I don't know about the Yucatan molly,
He's
but
talking about hot peppers.
the green sailfin molly is a brackish water fish.
Right.
The puffers do fine in hard water. You can add a little salt. They don't mind it, but it's not critical if you've got water with a ppm of, I don't know what, like 300 or 400. Think about this. That's the thing. Parts per million, which is largely nitrates. In saltwater, they run in the upwards of 1,000, 2,000, or better than 2,000. They can run to 3,000 parts per million in saltwater. So nitrate. There's all this apprehension about nitrate. Nitrate does not kill fish. It just doesn't. Now, there are freshwater fish that don't like to be in saltwater, to be sure. So you get that high enough, and it'll stress them out because they don't like that hard of water. But that's all it is hard water.
Yep. Hi, Fishy Mom. There's a question a little bit farther up. I think it was from Sunset Jen. She was asking, Father Fish, you mentioned earlier about feeding egg-laying females well to get them eggy. Does this also apply to live bears?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, you want to feed all your fish well, if you want them to produce.
Yeah, and the trick is to not feed a bunch of flake food, because flake food has a lot of waste in it, a lot of undigestible material that's not going to really give them the kind of nutritional support that they need in order to be able to egg up properly. You need a lot of protein to do that. So a good quality food, and the best quality food is chopped up shrimp, fish, chicken, if you will. Yeah, any kind of meat, not hot dogs. Do not feed hot dogs to your fish, or for that matter, any other kind of prepared lunch meat. Bologna is not good for your fish.
Right,
I'm sorry, it just isn't. They may like it, but it ain't good for them. Don't feed it to them.
Yeah.
No
Right.
hot dogs, right?
So just yeah, I mean, feed your fish well, as he said, high quality foods, and they should be get into condition and breed well for you.
Kevin is saying, sorry, oh, that's Brian. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're having a little conversation there.
Yeah. Lack of nitrate kills duckweed, TJ says. Well, yeah, actually it does. That's true. Lack of hardness kills. Duckweed has to have nutrition in the water column.
Is that with or without it?
Amy says, so
Okay.
nitrate should be high. No, Amy, I did not say that. I did not say nitrates should be high. I said if they are, it's okay. I did not say they should be.
Right. Don't try to achieve that. Yeah.
Right.
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 Don't try to get high nitrate.
Yeah, it'll happen anyway.
Right. You don't need to try bows and barrels. Earthworms, I would say chopped up earthworms are good.
Couldn't be better. Couldn't be better.
If it's small fish,
We do. Oh, here we go. TJ wants to know if we should wash mosquito larvae before feeding them. I don't know quite how you would do that, actually.
I guess you'd rinse it in your net. If you got them in your net, you could rinse it if you wanted to, right? I mean,
well, I don't know. He's talking about washing them. That's a little different.
I mean, if I was going to wash them, I'd wash them in the, like net if I was going to wash them.
I'm going to say no.
Put them in a coffee filter? I don't
know. I'm going to say no.
Giving suggestions if you want to wash them. Something that they won't wash.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, TJ washes them in a net. Sure. I mean, if that's what makes you happy.
Right. If it's gonna create a problem for you to not do that, then I would do it.
It's not hurting anything to do it. That's for sure. Father Fish, can you feed raw chicken breasts or raw minced beef to quarries?
I don't think it's going to help him one little bit. He would rather you buy the shrimp hatchery. It's I don't think he would have. I don't think it would help him. It's not going to help him lose weight. It's not going to improve his dentition. I just don't think it'll be any good at all. And he probably will get upset if you really.
What are you talking about?
Well, he wanted to know if he could feed raw chicken breast or raw minced beef to Corey.
Right, to Corey's, like corridor fish. Not to
capitalize. He's got to capitalize. It's a name.
I know. Okay, answer it any way you want. It's like, I don't think that was it. Okay. All right.
You can if you want to. I don't know what you mean by minced beef. There's a product called minced beef that I think has a lot of seasonings in it. I wouldn't use that. If you want, beef is not as good as chicken.
Right.
Just stick with the chicken.
I would use the chicken.
Alishan rinses frozen mosquito larvae. Now there's gilding the lily.
What do you say? I'm
The
sorry.
frozen mosquito larvae has already been thoroughly washed. I don't know what you're trying to achieve,
Right.
Alishan.
I'm even snorting. Sorry.
I think we got it.
Josie.
Finally got it.
Yeah. Corridors. You knew that. Yeah, you did. That's fine. Anyway, okay.
I just wanted to lighten it up a bit.
Yeah, I know. It's this dry humor. That's why I'm like, hey, wrong way. Andre says, did anyone hear about water in Texas not being potable because of parasite? I have not heard that.
Well, they could try washing it.
Okay, salt and wash everything. That should do it. Salt,
Right.
rinse it in a net. That should do it. Should take care of everything. So chicken is good then. Yes, chicken's good. You know what else? You could just chop up some raw fish.
Yeah, Kevin Long is blue. Yvonne wants to make Kevin Long blue. Kevin Long is blue.
Yeah, feed your fish some tacos. Oh, so fish tacos? Yeah, that should be good. Fish tacos should be good for your fish.
Is that Shakespeare, Gilda Lily? Amy said Shakespeare.
That's what Andy's saying.
Amy said that Shakespeare, that the expression Gilda Lily is Shakespearean. I wouldn't have heard that. I wonder if that's true. That's interesting.
I don't know.
You know what it means? What it means? It's very simple. What it means is that a lily is an absolutely perfect, beautiful flower. It is utter perfection. Gilding is painting something with gold. So painting perfection with gold to make it prettier, that's the expression, gilding the lily. Trying to make something that is spectacularly beautiful, more beautiful.
Everyone needs a gilded lily then.
Yeah, I guess. Right.
Some of this chat is making me laugh. Sorry.
It's on the order. It's on the order of golden faucets in the bathroom.
Oh,
or
there you go.
Throne, whatever. Yeah, that's a gilded lily.
Hi, Irene. Donald. Oh.
Corey loves tacos.
Everybody's using
Corey loves tacos.
Well,
I would not do that. I would not. I've been scolded already once, so I would not feed tacos to my Corys. I wouldn't
You've
do
been
it.
scolded once. I think I scolded you twice tonight. Hello, Brooke. And I mean, yeah, if you're gonna feed your fish, it needs to be raw, not cooked. But you can do raw fish, and you could do shrimp. I mean, there's other things you can feed. Just go chop it up and rinse it, of course. Add a little salt and rinse it. No, sorry.
And Kara wants to know why everyone likes it raw lately.
Don't you?
What do you mean? What do you mean lately?
I know. I don't trust you tonight. John has to head out.
Bye, John.
Thanks for coming in.
Oh dear.
My side hustle. If you eat them, you won't have to feed them. Well, that is a solution.
Should I fry it first? No.
That's right, Troy. This is a family show.
Right.
I feed my fish corn and they die. Does that? Oh, Andrew. Do you see Andrew? Do you see Andrew?
If I feed my fish corn and they die, does that make me a serial killer? Well, you know, that's a serial. Yeah, right. Oh dear God. Yes,
sushi.
I would say.
Yeah,
so.
sushi. Yeah,
Yes,
that's it.
right.
Feed them sushi.
Yeah, which includes tetramin, mind you.
Right.
There's cornmeal in it.
That's right. We love cornmeal, right?
Sushi. Right, we do.
Right, exactly.
No, we don't love cornmeal.
I know we don't. I was being funny, I thought.
Oh, I thought that. Oh, I didn't realize that was funny. Okay, I got it. Now I understand.
You and I are not on the same page when it comes to the jokes. Brooke, you walked in at the wrong time. This makes no sense.
Andrew is saying, sorry, Father Fish.
I'll get my cup.
Really good fun. Saturday.
Well, does anybody have a serious question? We'll try really hard to be serious.
Andrew.
If somebody has a serious question.
It's okay, Andrew.
Yeah, you
it's
certainly
okay.
don't have to leave.
Not a problem. Not a problem, Andrew. There's a spotted.
That's right, Holly. It's the key is in the laughter. So when I say something and I'm laughing, probably I'm not being serious. Okay, here we go. Here's a serious question. Does Amy S. Does a spotted puffer need a long 29 or can it be a 29 cube?
Right. Are you reading from the screen? I've had it on the screen for about a minute.
I just noticed it. A serious question. Well, whatever. Are you going to answer it?
I don't think it's serious. I really don't. I just don't. I don't know what a cube 29 is. What is a cube 29?
And why is
it different from a long 29?
I tried to flip it and make it serious. I don't know. Well,
I'm just going to leave it up there. I ain't going to deal with it otherwise. I ain't going to deal with it. It just.
Okay, right. Okay, here we go. Here's one. Andre says, why do some people boil wood or leaves? Is it necessary?
Why do some people boil wood or leaves? Is it necessary?
Right.
I don't know why people do it. I've never boiled a thing in my life before I put it in the fish tank. Never even one time ever. Never. Never, not even once ever.
Well, I don't boil that stuff either. I don't know, Amy.
See, here are two non-boilers here.
Right, I don't boil.
I don't boil either.
Donald says you boil eggs. Well, sometimes I boil eggs.
I don't boil, I don't bake, and I don't fry.
Right. And fried food's not
None
good
of
for
the
you.
above. None, not ever. Why do some people do it? Well, I'll tell you about that. Some people do that. Uh, they're the same ones that can't figure out whether they should put a spotted puffer in a long 29 or a cube 29. Same people.
I just put them in whatever tank you want, whatever you like. Just do that.
Really. Cube tank. Cube
Tim, should
tank.
you do weekly water changes on unplanted tanks, not deep substrate?
Uh, okay, first of all, why would you have an unplanted tank? I mean, that's a serious question. Why do you have an unplanted tank? Is it because it's a tank you're raising fry in and you're feeding them daily? Is it a tank that the fish will eat the plants and so you can't have them in there? I mean, why is it because you kill every plant you put in the tank? I mean, why? Or you can't buy plants because you just are not smart enough to figure out how to order them online, or they're not available in your local pet shop. I mean, why is it an unplanted tank? It's what I really want to know. Answer that one, and I'll answer your question about water changes.
Oh, I see how it goes. All right, see, you're calling that a counter question.
I counter your question with a question.
That's right. Okay.
I need far more detail, far more.
Believe it or not, Amy, he's full grown. This is it. He's full grown. Oh boy. Okay. So
Weekly.
yeah, I mean, yes, I don't know. Somebody said I'd be afraid. Yeah, Mr. BCBD said I would be afraid of killing something good by boiling stuff, and that's true. You could kill something good.
Probably
It's
will.
possible. It's
Probably
possibility.
so.
I don't boil. I'm not a boiler. I'm not a boiler. No. Yes, Brooke is bulky.
What about, oh, here we go. Here's another one. Kevin Long, father fish. What about plants getting eaten by fish? Kevin, what about it? What about plants being eaten by fish? Is this something that you find extraordinary?
Well, it
I mean, what
happens.
about it? You know, but there are plants, there are fish that eat plants. There are also plants that eat fish. Trust me. But there are, well, there are few, not many. But there are lots of fish that eat plants. What about them? What about them?
So
What
we
about,
so we need more info. What's the rest of the question?
yeah, what about?
So
I
where's
don't know
the
what.
where's the answer to the non-planted tank? I'm waiting.
Sunset
Tam
Gem
says
is,
Tam says it was a tank that was established while we were trying to learn how to grow plants before we found your channel. So I guess if you want to keep it that way, or you could turn it into, a deep substrate planted tank.
you
There's always
said,
that.
why wouldn't you have plants in your tank? But if they eat all the plants, well, right, exactly. Then that would be a reason that you would not have plants in your tank. But I would put plants in that they can't eat or would be less likely to eat. So I would still have plants in the tank.
I mean, you're talking to a guy that's pro plants.
Pro, right?
You are going to suggest that everybody has plants in their tanks. I don't think there's any question there.
Okay, fish and floral. If it totally melted, then it was totally dead.
Yeah.
If it still has two leaves growing, it was not totally melted. So, you're saying all the old leaves melted and new leaves grew. Good job. Keep it up. You're doing great. Just let it grow.
Hi, Barb. Yeah, everybody's just wondering about the non-planted tank. We're just teasing you. Do what you want.
Thanks. Right. Exactly.
I'm just
Right.
teasing you. You keep it any way you want.
All right.
All right. I think Tam said she had the reply up there, but I think I just read that. Yeah.
We're at 7:07. We're running over.
But I guess what I will
I
say
fish
is
smoke my house plants.
if you are
That's
keeping
not your fish. That's not your fish smoking your house plants, Fish Man. That's you smoking your house plants. Let's be straight about this. I mean, I realize you can get to the point where you can't tell the difference between yourself and a fish, but don't blame it on the fish. Or hairgrass on a cat bed. That's a little tricky. I've done it. It's got to be aged. Yeah, it's got to be aged enough so that there is some nutrition up closer to the surface. Right. Tori's got it. Tori Erpenbeck. Father Fish will only be, here we go, answering questions with very specific details tonight.
That's right. And I'm just going to say to you, Tam, I don't know exactly what you have in the tank or how you're keeping it, but use your own judgment. If it's not planted and it's not a deep substrate, depending upon what you're keeping in, you'll know whether you need to do a weekly water change or not. Or switch it over to deep substrate with the plants, so Father Fish can be happy. We want him to be able to sleep at night.
Kara doesn't eat her house plants. We're happy for you, Kara. It's not a good idea to eat house plants. Really isn't.
I definitely don't, especially since the only house plants I keep are cactuses. I'm not going to be eating my cactuses.
Well, they're about the most edible, actually.
Yeah, but they're so spiny.
Well, you got to get the stickers out of them.
I know, but I can't, because one of the ones I have, believe it or not, I have had since my kids were in grade school. It's about a foot tall. It's not the nicest cactus it's lived like 30 years.
You need to show it to us. I have one that's 50 years old. I have a jade plant. It's a miniature jade. It's 50 years old. I mean, I've owned it for 50 years.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
One of those that came in one of those little teeny terracotta pots. I mean, teeny. And I kept it in that. I never replanted it. I kept it in there for about 20 years. And then I finally gave it an upgrade.
And it died.
No, it's still alive, but I kept it in that little pot, and every once in a while, I always watered it quite a bit, and then about once a month, I gave it some Miracle-Gro. It did great. It's like I said, it's over a foot tall. It's great.
Did you see T. Montano's question?
No, how could I? I'm yapping.
Does Father Fish have a tattoo? And what would he get if he did? This came up a while back, as I recall. How do I answer this?
I don't know. Any way you want.
With obfuscation. Maybe, but I'll never tell you where it is.
No, goodness. Okay, let's not go there. Here we go. That's right.
I do tattoos. 15 years and my tanks on my
already
feet.
sand. How do I go about making it deep substrate? Well, if it's already sand, Tam, then just add more sand and don't vacuum. Just add more sand, and it'll take longer, but you'll get there. It'll end up being just as great as your other tanks. Just add more.
Oh, Mary's here. Hi, Mary.
Oh, hi, Mary. And somebody else just came in, too. Oh, Rob's Aquarium. And then... Oh, somebody says sweet potato plants work in a pinch. I guess in the tank. Well, as you said, it's past 7. We've made absolutely 0 cents tonight. So.
Right. We have had fun, though.
Well, I had fun. I mean, I got laughing hard enough that I actually snorted a couple times.
Yeah, I never got to laughing before. That was fun.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna knock it off for tonight, guys. Thank you for plugging in. We will be back tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. And I may not be quite as irascible. One never knows, but it might get worse. And there they are, the darlings of the fish fam.
That's right. My little baby babies.
What? All 3 of them.
Well, lately they haven't been up here at the same time, so they both showed up at the same time tonight. Now they're going to fall off the couch. Oh, anyway. All right. And we can't do music, right? Because you can't do music.
Well, I could, but it'll screw things up.
Yeah.
Right. So I will be getting a whole new setup here. It'll happen sometime in the next week or 2. It's going to be after this coming week. This coming week will be utter chaos. I'll be shutting the shop down finally and totally. Saturday will be my last day there. I'm going to go in Sunday and just walk around and lock the door on my way out. So Saturday is it. So starting not this coming week, but the following week, starting the first day of March.
Yeah.
We will be free.
So Father Fish, can you get Thomas or somebody to film you locking that door for the last time?
Well, I'll do what I can. You bet. That's a good idea.
And you should come out. You should lock the door, and then you should ring your sand bell.
Good idea.
Cap it all up. So
see you tomorrow night. My loves. Bless you all.
Bye, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night now.